Hey everybody, it's me, Richard, with Nightmares, Tears, anyone? Do you believe in witches? Come back after the intro. Hey everybody, it's me, Richard. Welcome back. So, you guys, today I am going to be doing a review on 2021's The Witch by Fred Anderson. Okay, before I get into the review today, though, you guys, as you can tell, I've got a tank top on. It is super, super, super hot and muggy here in Sacramento. But the news is tanked. Yeah. The new version of Firestarter that opened last Friday, Friday the 13th, starring Zac Efron, tanked. It brought in $3.8 million. Yes, it was streaming on Peacock, but they said that didn't hurt ticket sales. Nobody just wanted to see the movie. Yeah, it was horrible. The movie was awful. We watched it Thursday night on Peacock. We sat down about 8:30 to watch it. Now, you guys know that I tried to read this again a couple weeks ago, DNF'd it. Yeah, I loved it in 1980 when it came out. It just doesn't work now. But the new movie version, oh my God. Those of you that haven't seen it, that still want to, you might want to skip ahead a couple minutes. I'm not going to do a review on this. It was just terrible. The acting was awful. The script was terrible. The girl that played Charlie McGee was a joke. And they just left so much out of the movie that was the fun parts of the book. Yeah, it was a tank. And the ticket sales, 3.8 million. It showed you why. So let's get into today's review of The Witch, 2021's book by Fred Anderson. Now, I'm going to tell you something about this author. I had never read him before, but this book was absolutely great. Now, I'm going to read you the back. Before I do, I'm going to take a sip of water. I'm drinking cherry vanilla. Yes, I got to keep my Mickey Wizard moist. Yeah, I'm actually hot. Yeah, I'm hot and sweaty. No pun intended, Larry, B, or Christy, or Adriana. And speaking of Adriana, I talked to her, you guys, yesterday on the phone. It was so great to hear her. Yes, she does live in Queens, New York, and my thoughts and prayers go out to everybody, family members that lost their loved ones in that horrible shooting at the Tops grocery store. The 18-year-old guy needs to be fried. But hey, so it says on the front, a horror novel. She's out there. She has the children. And she won't stop until they're dead. When tragedy... This ain't gonna work, you guys. Sorry, I gotta put my readers on. When tragedy... When tragedy strikes during a visit with their grandmother, Ryan Campbell and his sister Emily find themselves preparing for a trip to the hospital with their mother Lisa instead of returning home. Desperate to avoid reliving the traumatic memories of his father's death, Ryan begs for a way out. Fortunately, Grandma Wendy's best friend Dot offers to keep the siblings for the afternoon, and despite her misgivings, Lisa agrees to let the old woman take them. But as all three Campbells soon discover, Dot isn't the sweet lady she appears to be. She's bent on revenge for her own traumatic memories and has all the powers of hell at her command to get it. You guys, I'm gonna tell you something. You guys, this book had 318 pages in it. Now, I am gonna tell you guys something. Over the last couple days, with this resurgence of Stephen King remakes and everything else, I rewatched 2013's Carrie with Chloe Grace Moretz. Now you guys all know that Carrie is my number one favorite book by Stephen King. Probably one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I know the movie forward and back. I was just telling Bruce, I'm thinking of reposting one of my videos, my reviews from a year and a half ago from my old channel, where I did a fan tribute to Carrie being 45 years old. But you guys, yes, I rewatched 2013's Carrie with Chloe Grace Moretz. The reason I'm telling you about Carrie is because I'm leading into a scene that I want to tell you guys about in The Witch. But before I do, I'm getting sidetracked, you guys here. Those of you that love horror as much as I do, I would love a thumbs up today if you like the channel, like my reviews, and even if you just, like horror as much as I do, throw me a thumbs up. It helps with the channel's algorithms. And if you haven't done so already, I'd appreciate a subscribe right there. Hit that subscribe button, ring that bell so you get notifications of when I post another horror themed video. Now you guys, back to Carrie. We all know the scene at the beginning of Carrie. It happens in both the book and all 4 versions of the movie, where Carrie experiences her first menstrual cycle. And yes, the 2013 version of the movie, like I said, I have seen the original hundreds of times. I know it forward and back, word for word. I can reenact Piper Laurie's scene from "They're all gonna laugh at you" to the whole entire movie. But speaking of the 2013 version, I actually think I'm starting to love this version more than I do the original. Chloe Grace Moretz is just fucking phenomenal in the movie as Carrie. But what I'm getting into you guys about now, I'm gonna give you the review of this book, The Witch. But I'm going to read you something that I wrote on my Goodreads account. I'm not going to give you any spoilers. I do want to read something that I wrote on here. It says, sorry for wiping my nose. I'm sweating in here. It's so hot. I can't turn the ceiling fan on or the fan because it'll interrupt with the microphone at the video. So I said, dig out all of your Universal Monster model kits from the 60s and 70s from Aurora. Those of you that are old enough like me, I remember doing all these model kits when I was a kid, and then I was scared to put them in my bedroom. They are going to a party tonight at Dot's house. Yes, the Universal Monster kits. This book was a scary and fun novel of 2 kids who thought they were going to be safe going to a dear old friend of their grandmother's house for the rest of the day. Not. Get ready for Fred Anderson's The Witch. Warnings. These are just trigger warnings. Graphic depictions of things done with used, USED, feminine hygiene products. Yes. You guys, I'm not going to tell you what is done with these things, but it was shocking. I was actually, I was quite disturbed from that scene in the book. So 14-year-old Emily and her 10-year-old brother Ryan lose their father. Their world falls apart. Yes, they lose him in a horrible accident. It's terrible. After experiencing their first funeral, which is their father's, Ryan never forgets the time. In fact, he remembers it forever. So one day while them and their mother are visiting their grandmother, they go to church. And this is when, literally, all hell breaks loose. And the kids get separated from their mom as she has to go to the emergency room with her mother and leaves the kids with Dot. Yes, her mother and their grandmother's best friend. No! This is when the fun begins. Now, I'm saying fun in a very sick and disturbing way. It's just disturbing. It's really just, it's a fucked up ride. Part Hansel and Gretel and part Phantasmic at Disneyland, throw in the devil and revenge, and this is the ride you're about to go on in the front seat. Now let me tell you, I listened to this and the female narrator was excellent. I loved it. Was grossed out more than a couple times and want to visit Fred Anderson's charnel house next, as it has the same mansion, Barlow House, as the main character in Charnel House. Now Barlow House was the house in this book. You guys, I'm telling you what, this man writes such a disturbing, fucked up tale that at first I thought, God, when is this book gonna get, really, really good? It did. It got great. And in just 318 pages, I gave this book a near perfect 5-star. I did give it, sorry, I almost dropped it. I did give it a 4.5 rating. Now, if you look at that picture of that rocking horse, there's a weird little clown thing in there. You guys, I'm telling you what, this book has one of the most, it's extremely exciting, but it's very, some people are going to say it's going to be cheesy, but if you think of those old movies, the Puppet Master books, yeah, we've all seen those terrible movies. They were horribly stop motion photography of creepy ass dolls and puppets coming to life. This book, The Witch, it takes that whole storyline and completely brain fucks you. The scenes of this poor kid being traumatized and tormented by these Universal Monster model kits and other things that just terrorize him and his sister, you are not going to forget The Witch. And let me tell you what, you will never walk into a grocery store or a pharmacy ever again, walk past any kind of feminine hygiene product, and think of them the same way ever again. Forget Carrie White, forget plug it up. Yeah. This is worse. And I freaking loved it. I loved this book. It was so much fun. I've already ordered Fred Anderson's Charnel House. I've got this one to read next. Let me grab it. This is next on my list, and I did do an opening of Floor 4. This is the complete novel. But that is my review on Fred Anderson's The Witch. You guys, I loved it. It was so much fun. Creepy, gross, scary, intense, and scenes of horror and violence that there are things in this room right here that as I sit here and look, and as the sun's going down, I'm thinking, what the hell would I do if that door locked and I was trapped in here with some of this shit that I've got on my shelves? Yeah, it was great. It was very, very fun. I loved it. But once again, actually, I'm sorry for the tanking of Firestarter, because I really like Zac Efron. He's fucking hot as hell. He's cute, and I will never ever forget him. In those cheesy Disney movies that he did. But I do feel sorry for the girl that played Charlie McGee, because this being her first movie, it could ruin her career. And but once again, I can't recommend it. I'm not telling you guys to go spend 16, 18 bucks, however much movies are in your town, to go see this movie, because it's really bad. Watch it on Peacock. Peacock's, well, I don't know if Peacock's free or not, but I know we have it. It is on Peacock. It wasn't good. But you guys, pick up The Witch. It's a great, fun read. So, I'm halfway through. I'm actually listening to the Dresden File books. I just started the first one. Bruce has read like the first 12 or 13 of them, and he loves them. I've heard nothing but good about these books, but I am enjoying it. I'm listening to two or three books at the same time. But my next physical book that I'm going to pick up, I'm almost done with Gollum by P.D. Aleva, which he sent me the book. And then I'm going to read Floor 4 by A. Lopez Jr. Tammy has already read it. She beat me to it. So you guys take care. I'm Richard with Nightmares, Tears, Anyone. And you guys, like I always say, live your life like a book. Just don't turn that last page, because once you do, it's over. Be kind to people. Have great nightmares. Pick up a good scary book. Yeah. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, you guys. Thanks for taking time out of your day. And I'll see you in the next scary video. Bye, you guys. And believe me, you will believe in witches after you read The Witch.